The wise man is back. We have a 5th member for War Games, and we don't know who attacked Jade Cargill. Man, SmackDown was stacked last night. It was a crazy good show, and today we are reading your wrestling hot takes. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be live yesterday with Friday Night SmackDown as my stomach kind of turned heel on me, but we're back here today, and I'm very excited to hear your thoughts, your concerns, your opinions, or whatever else you may have on the show. But this is also going to act as like a mini review at the same time as I'm going to give you my thoughts on SmackDown, because man, oh man, I have a lot of them. But with that being said, every single week, if you would like to submit your hot takes, all you got to do is go on over to twitter.com/conman167 or x.com/conman167 and submit all of your hot takes, your thoughts, concerns, or whatever else you may have on the show. And then I sit down right here every single week and read them out. So let's take a look at your hot takes. CM Punk joining War Games is perfect. There was a reason why Paul Heyman said Punk was off limits back in June. Roman respected those wishes when he made them, and now Punk is doing him that one last favor. That was incredible. Yes, we finally know who the 5th member of Roman's team is going to be at War Games, as Paul Heyman returned and he brought none other than CM Punk with him. And for so long we were speculating for who could be the 5th member of the War Games match. Like, it looked like maybe it was going to be Seth Rollins, but then WWE really distanced themselves from that idea, which I think is absolutely the right call. It shows that Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins still have very much a lot of unfinished business. But CM Punk coming back kind of starts the next part of his run in WWE. We imagine that we're going to get CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 41 this year, but in the meantime, it makes you wonder, are they going to do some more stuff with Roman Reigns and CM Punk together? Is there an eventual matchup? Hell, is there going to be a custody of Paul Heyman ladder match between CM Punk and Roman Reigns? I hope so. But in all seriousness, this is the right direction for both CM Punk and Roman Reigns. We don't need Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes to kind of be attached at the hip anymore, or at least not for the next little bit. Maybe they're going to face each other at WrestleMania in some sort of triple threat match, or maybe they don't. Who knows? But right now, the right call is to distance Cody Rhodes from Roman Reigns and to move into the next story in front of Roman. And I believe that's going to be CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Now, we can really dive into this throughout this video, but I also think that there's more to Paul Heyman coming back and his phone being out of service, or if he blocked Roman Reigns' number or something like that. Like, there is more to this, and I'm not exactly confident that Paul Heyman is on Roman Reigns' side anymore. Now, here's the thing when it comes to the bloodline story. The little details are crucial, and this image right here shows that Paul Heyman is not rocking his classic tie and dress shirt. He's rocking a solid red shirt, just like Solo Sikoa is rocking. You don't think Paul Heyman could actually be working with Solo Sikoa, do you? Now, if there's one thing we know about Paul Heyman, is that he's a snake, okay? He has turned on a bunch of people in the past, and I'm assuming he's probably going to turn on people again in the future. And if Paul Heyman is going to align himself with somebody, I don't know if it's going to be CM Punk. I don't know if it could be somebody like Cody Rhodes or somebody. Maybe Solo Sikoa. Maybe he goes with the new bloodline. Who knows? But Paul Heyman right now can't be trusted. I don't trust this walrus. There was also a moment right here at the very end of SmackDown where Paul Heyman was seen winking to Jimmy Uso, and Jimmy Uso giving a little head nod back. There's something else going on here, and to quote the great Wheezy Blonde, Paul Heyman is cahooting with somebody. He's up to no good. He's in cahoots. But let me know your thoughts. Who do you think Paul Heyman is actually aligned with? Is he still with Roman Reigns? Is he just with CM Punk? Is he with somebody else? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Rollins right now. Yeah, I can't imagine Seth Rollins is all too thrilled after CM Punk was revealed to be the 5th member of War Games, joining Roman Reigns' team, but this could easily be the catalyst to the eventual WrestleMania 41 match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, and I'm so here for it. Like, the story we're telling right now with Seth Rollins is that he is absolutely against Roman Reigns. He cannot stand the tyrant that he was, and now that he's no longer in power, he does not want to see Roman Reigns get back to being in power, and his arch rival in CM Punk teaming alongside of his other arch rival in Roman Reigns. Dude, that makes for some great TV, and Seth Rollins is going to be absolutely fuming. Can you imagine if it is CM Punk who helps Roman Reigns win this match, and then that leads to Seth Rollins blaming CM Punk for Roman Reigns rising back up the card? That's a very easy build to their match at WrestleMania 41. And then, of course, you add in all of their history that they have together, the true life bitterness that they have towards one another, and you've got yourself a mega WrestleMania match. In fact, if they were able to find a way to get the World Heavyweight title into this matchup, it would main event WrestleMania Night 1. I personally don't think this is going to be over the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, though. I feel like it's too big of a match, just the two facing off against each other, that you don't really need the championship, and then you could probably put Gunther versus Cena or something like that. But I'm kind of rambling right here. I love this direction. I love that CM Punk's the 5th member, and Seth Rollins is going to be fuming, and that's easily going to lead to the WrestleMania match. Great TV. So, did anybody catch this? The Naomi side-eye could mean a little heel turn is coming. This could be amazing if it's the route we go on next. This is really interesting right here. The idea of Naomi turning heel on her team at War Games, kind of in a way that Dakota Kai turned on Tegan Nox all those years ago back at NXT War Games. I'm actually here for it. But at the same time, I am nervous because I really like Naomi, and a lot of other people are truly behind Naomi. And if we turn her heel and she gets lost in the shuffle and she doesn't win the title, is it actually worth turning her heel? Because one of the things about Naomi right now is there is just a swelling of fan support for her. People have been watching her career for years and just want to see her truly break out as a star. She's been getting lots of opportunities in the main event scene, but not actually given that opportunity to run with the title. Seeing her capture the Women's United States Championship and go on a massive run with that title would be amazing. But if that's not where we're going with it, if we're not going the direction of a babyface United States champion in Naomi, then the idea of her being the person who attacked Jade Cargill is actually really intriguing. There's also the possibility that Jade Cargill was written off of TV for a little bit with that attack. Like, putting her through a windshield of a vehicle is a very easy way to take her off TV for a few weeks and maybe have her miss Survivor Series War Games, meaning there could be a 5th member needed for the Women's War Games team. And with everything we've seen with Bayley, I wonder if Bayley is going to be the 5th member. And I know lots of people like to say, Con, you think everybody's going to turn heel, but like, if Bayley was the 5th member, I feel like a heel turn is coming inside of War Games. It's either going to be Naomi turning on Bayley, or it's going to be Bayley turning on Naomi and costing her team the War Games match. Like, I think this is almost going to be a copy and paste of what we saw with Dakota Kai turning on Tegan Nox. And if like Bayley is really snapped, if they don't think that they have any room for Bayley as a babyface anymore, why not put her back on the heel side of things? I think that she would do wonders on the heel side again. But it also doesn't make sense to just turn Bayley heel because we just recently turned her face like just before WrestleMania, right? So it makes a lot of sense to keep Bayley in the babyface spot, and maybe we get Naomi turning heel, and that allows her to thrive and go into a new direction that we haven't seen from her in a long time. The one major issue with Naomi turning heel is there's not a lot of room to move up the card as a heel right now. Everything is so compacted at the top at the moment that there is no room for Naomi to break through. Like, when you have Liv Morgan at the very top and when you have Nia Jax at the top, you need a string of babyface challengers to go up against them. And if Naomi was heel, I just don't see her fitting into that spot anymore. So then are we talking about Naomi being a heel going after the Women's United States Championship? Okay, but if that's the case, why not just have her win the thing to begin with? But this could also be the next evolution of Naomi, and she could break through as a top tier heel. Maybe she sheds the glow, she gets rid of everything that the fans love about her, and all of a sudden she just shows this nastier, meaner side. It's there. We've seen it from her in the past. Like, I'm pretty sure she was a heel during her time in Team Bad. They could definitely lean into it again. Naomi as a babyface or a heel will work, but I do wonder if she's turning heel after this side eye. Call it a conspiracy theory, but we will eventually find out that it was Bianca Belair who did this. Remember, Triple H did something similar to HBK back in 2002. Yeah, okay, who attacked Jade Cargill? We need to get to the bottom of this. But the best part about Triple H and Shawn Michaels repackaging some of their old stories and putting them into this current generation of wrestlers is that you always have this sitting in the back of your mind. Is this a big time storyline? Anytime we see something massive happen on our TV screens, it's not just happening for no reason anymore. There's actually a reason, there's a rhyme, there's a purpose as to why stuff happens on WWE TV. And Jade Cargill being put through the windshield of a vehicle isn't just going to be a minor storyline. This is a whodunit storyline, as it was not revealed. We're probably believing it was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, as they have been attacking this group and they're going up against this group at War Games. But if we look deeper into it, we've seen a lot of stare down between Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill lately. And I wonder if this is WWE slowly, and I mean very slowly, building to the matchup between Bianca and Jade. Like, if we're looking at the progression of events, where we're going with it, the constant tease is between Bianca and Jade. I wonder if we're going to get that WrestleMania match this year at WrestleMania 41 between Bianca and Jade Cargill. In fact, I would actually put money on it. And we've also started to see some slightly heelish characteristics from Bianca Belair. I'm not talking about like big time heel characteristics, like just little added pieces to her overall character that makes me think, yeah, eventually they're going to pull the trigger on Bianca Belair turning heel, and that is going to be the next evolution of her character. Like, we've seen good girl Bianca for so long. She is a fan favorite. So many young kids love Bianca Belair, but now that she's been out of the spotlight for a little bit, and we're starting to get that popularity growing with Rhea Ripley, and there's some other stars coming up the roster right now that are really starting to draw a lot of people's eyes, it makes you wonder if they're like, hey, we can afford Bianca Belair not being a babyface anymore, and let's run with her as a top heel, something we've never seen her do on the main roster in WWE. We saw it back in NXT, and she was fantastic as a heel down in NXT, so there's no doubt in my mind that she is going to be a top-tier heel on the main roster. Now, could also be looking to turn Jade Cargill heel somehow. I don't know how that could happen, but with everything going on, I wonder if WWE sees it easier to get Jade Cargill to be booed than to be cheered. I personally think it's very easy to get people to cheer Jade Cargill, but that's another video for another time. I love this idea, and eventually it could be Bianca versus Jade, but let me know your thoughts. Who do you think took out Jade Cargill? My money is on Bianca Belair. I was moved by Cody's frustration here. Seeing him lose it and firing the first shove on Mello is behavior Cody normally wouldn't show. I hope this leads to a more aggressive side of Cody and this feud with KO goes on. Cody Rhodes has been acting a lot more heelish lately, and I wonder if there's more to this than meets the eye. Cody Rhodes has been slowly disintegrating as the top babyface, as fans are screaming that he's boring, that he's not entertaining, that this title run sucks, he has no good matchups, every feud is boring, blah, 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 blah. Every fan has an opinion on Cody Rhodes right now, and I wonder if WWE is going to lean into it. Now, this reminds me a lot of his time in AEW, where the fans slowly started to turn on Cody Rhodes, saying that his stuff was boring, that he wasn't a great babyface, they didn't want to root for him, they wanted him to turn heel, all that type of stuff. That has followed him now to WWE. He left AEW because he didn't want to turn heel. He didn't want to sacrifice this character he was building. He had a vision, and clearly that vision was the correct call, as he became one of the most popular babyfaces WWE has had over the last 3 years. But now that you have turned Roman Reigns back to being a babyface, and you can argue that Roman Reigns is the top face in the entire company, it makes you wonder if Cody Rhodes' spot at the top is needed as much anymore. He keeps referring to himself as the John Cena, or at least working the John Cena schedule. That's what he wants, that's what he craves. But one thing the fans always wanted from John Cena was that heel turn. And I wonder if WWE sees their opportunity here in Cody Rhodes, and they see this heel character forming in front of our very eyes, where everybody's blaming him after everybody was behind him. Yeah, sure, Cody Rhodes has made some interesting choices, teaming with Roman Reigns and all of that, but people were truly, truly behind Cody Rhodes, and now fans are starting to get some mixed reactions. I wonder if this is the start of the downfall of Cody. And this is not my original idea. I totally got this from Busted Open Radio, but I love this analogy of Cody Rhodes being the Anakin Skywalker of WWE. For those of you who are not nerds out there and not ingrained in the Star Wars culture, I gotcha. But Cody Rhodes essentially could be Anakin Skywalker because he was this chosen one right from the get-go. When he came to WWE right out of the start, he was this tiny, small, unknown individual with a last name and a lot to live up to. That was Anakin Skywalker. When he joined the Jedi Force at a young age, that man right there had a lot to live up to, and he was just a kid. But then fast forward all those years and all this adversity that he had to go through, and finally he reaches the mountaintop. Cody Rhodes becomes WWE champion, just like Anakin Skywalker got on the Jedi Council. But they wouldn't make him a master, just like Cody Rhodes is not being put over as the number one guy. And now Cody Rhodes is starting to feel frustrated. He's a little upset. He's being blamed by everybody like this. And all it takes is one person to get into his ear. And I wonder if that emperor type of person could be Paul Heyman. Now, I touched on this a little bit earlier during the video, but the idea of Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes being the next pairing for WWE could be mega money. Now, I don't exactly know how we get there with this story, but we do know for a fact that Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes have a lot of history together, and it would be super easy for WWE to lean into this idea that Paul Heyman's looking for his next cash cow. He's looking for the next main eventer for years to come, and he sees Roman Reigns losing everybody around him. Roman Reigns can't get it done by himself anymore, and Paul Heyman is like, well, maybe there's this opportunity to jump ship and go on Cody's side. Because the theory of Paul Heyman being the emperor of WWE goes so far back through the years. Like, if you take a look, Paul Heyman is essentially the Sith Lord. He is the guy at the very top, and every so often he's using that rule of two where he's making sure that when somebody loses the championship, he replaces them with the next one who is eventually going to capture that title. We saw it from Brock Lesnar to The Big Show to Kurt Angle. Fast forward to Roman Reigns. Again, Brock Lesnar was in there. Like, how many times has Paul Heyman turned on people? So in my eyes, what has changed about Paul Heyman? Yeah, Roman Reigns hasn't changed much, except for he lost his tribe and he lost his title and he lost his respect and all of that stuff. Paul Heyman could easily jump ship to Cody Rhodes and see the cash cow right there in front of him. So I wonder, Cody Rhodes might be turning heel eventually, and I'm kind of here for it. This Ciampa story is interesting, but he needs someone to be on his side. If no one joins his side, he'll never win. Hopefully WWE makes this story interesting and have Ciampa create a heel faction. I'm not completely sold on the idea of Tommaso Ciampa creating like an actual full-blown faction. I don't think that's needed for him, but what I do think is needed is that Johnny Gargano needs to turn heel and join alongside of Tommaso Ciampa as a heel tag team. The reason I say that Johnny Gargano needs to turn heel and join Tommaso Ciampa is because we haven't really seen that yet. We've seen a heel Johnny Gargano on NXT TV. We've seen a heel Tommaso Ciampa on NXT TV, but we haven't really gotten the chance to see them as a heel tag team before. We've gone the whole babyface route. We've gone the whole heel route. We've gone the whole split them up and have them feud. Right now, what is needed for both these men and the tag team division is for them to tag together as a heel tag team and go up against the Motor City Machine Guns. It's right there in front of us. It's a very easy story to write. And Johnny Gargano turning on his longtime friends in Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin would make for some great TV and add a lot of life to the tag team division that recently has kind of lost momentum, even though just crowning new tag team champions. I'd like to see that momentum built back up, and I think that we have a lot of it going here with the idea of Johnny Gargano turning heel and joining alongside of Tommaso Ciampa as a heel tag team. I love it. People who have followed Chelsea outside of her role in the main roster know just how good she is in the ring. To my surprise, the crowd knew how good she is too. I'm so excited that she won. Chelsea Green has been doing a fantastic job in WWE ever since she came back, and I love that she's starting to get some respect right now, and a lot of people are getting behind Chelsea. And the agenda looks like it's real. Chelsea Green won her triple threat match and advanced in the United States Women's Championship tournament, and it does feel like Chelsea Green is the front runner to become the first ever Women's United States Champion. And if I'm putting myself into the shoes of the booker and I'm taking a look at the future where WWE could be going with this, the idea of Chelsea winning the Women's United States Championship is money because she's funny, she deserves an opportunity, she hasn't really gotten that chance yet, and a lot of people would think that it's very fresh TV seeing Chelsea Green hold on to a title. But then add in the idea that Piper Niven is by her side, that you have like this bodyguard alongside of Chelsea Green who maybe eventually will grow tired of Chelsea Green, and then they can have a little feud right there. There's a lot of momentum and a lot of ways to go with Chelsea Green as the United States champion, and also the idea that she could be like this cowardly heel. She could be this beloved babyface. She could be goofy. She can put on a great match. She can do hardcore matches. Everything about Chelsea Green screams versatility, and she may very well be the best option to be the first ever Women's United States Champion. So the agenda is real. The idea is happening right now, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you like the idea of Chelsea Green being the first ever Women's United States Champion? It's not a bad idea to me. That Kevin Owens promo was his best I've ever seen. I would love to see this version of KO on the mic against Cena or Punk. Well done. Promo Battle of the Year contender. Kevin Owens is one of the most believable mic workers in the history of pro wrestling when he gets fired up the way he did on Friday night. We've seen it time and time again from Kevin Owens that he is truly the MVP of WWE, and by MVP I mean most versatile player. It doesn't matter if he's a babyface, a heel, a comedy act, or whatever. This man can go and do everything that you need in that ring, on the microphone, in commentary. Hell, he's just one of the best people in all of WWE, truly one of the most versatile players that they have. But that promo on Friday night, dude, he stepped his game up against Cody Rhodes. That was so damn entertaining to listen to, and like I couldn't help but think that, yeah, Kevin Owens has got a point. As much as I'm a Cody crybaby and I love Cody Rhodes, I literally have a cardboard cutout of him in the background right here, I just can't help but say, but Cody Rhodes is maybe wrong in this scenario. Cody Rhodes did maybe make the wrong choice by going and teaming alongside of Roman Reigns. Like, yeah, Kevin Owens is right. He fought the bloodline for so long, for years, and only for Cody Rhodes to say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's okay, Roman. I'll help you out. Like, it's easy to see why Kevin Owens has a problem with Cody Rhodes teaming with Roman Reigns. Again, this man has fought the bloodline for years, and only for Cody Rhodes to kind of just go back on everything that he did. And I love that Kevin Owens brought up the idea that he fought alongside of him. He fought for him at WrestleMania 39 and then was in the ring with him when he won the title at WrestleMania 40. Kevin Owens has been by Cody's side, and then Cody just kind of like, yeah, whatever, man. It's all about Cody, right? Yeah, sure, Kevin Owens has gone off the deep end. There's no question about it. And Kevin Owens, he's not entirely in the right, because anytime that you go and attack your friend because of something that somebody else said, you know, that's kind of murky right there. It is Kevin Owens' fault that Randy Orton is in the hospital. It is Kevin Owens' fault that he hit Randy Orton with a pile driver. It is not Kevin Owens' fault that Cody Rhodes teamed with Roman Reigns, and I totally understand where Kevin is coming from. So whenever this eventual match happens, if it's going to be at Survivor Series between Cody and Kevin, or if it's going to be Saturday night's main event, whenever it happens, the match is going to be incredibly emotionally charged, and I can't wait to see what happens. I don't imagine Kevin Owens takes the title from Cody Rhodes, but again, stranger things have happened. This is pro wrestling after all. But those were your hot takes. Let me know any other thoughts, concerns, or whatever else you may have on the show down in the comments below. And also, while you're down there, make sure you leave a like on this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and keep coming back every single day, because we upload wrestling videos every single day. All right, thanks for watching. Take care and have a good one.